A new Adam Sandler movie is now on Netflix titled Spaceman. Is it any good? Let's find out right now.
With you.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As I said in the intro, I'll be reviewing Spaceman today, which is the newest Adam Sandler Netflix movie. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like on this. Follow me on all my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Very active on all those. Appreciate it a lot. Before we get started, I'm going to read you guys a quick plot synopsis of the movie, just so you know what it is about. Half a year into a solo mission on the edge of the solar system, an astronaut concerned with the state of his life back on Earth is helped by an ancient creature he discovers in the bowels of his ship. Before I get into my full thoughts on this movie, I do want to kind of talk about Netflix for a moment, because man, they're really off to a slow start this year. I mean, they do release some bad movies every year, but we're in March right now, and I don't think they've had a really good or great movie this year. It's disappointing because, they're probably the biggest streaming service out there, and they're just not giving anyone anything to really look forward to here. So I really do wish that they were off to a better start, because they're off to a terrible start here. And this movie right here, Spaceman, isn't bad, but it's also not great. So I wouldn't say that this is a great movie, but I do kind of feel like there's going to be a couple people, a small group of people that really do love this movie, really do connect with it. So I really do want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments if you have watched it so far. Netflix released a Lift, that Kevin Hart movie. Wasn't great. Good grief, wasn't anything special. Orion in the Dark wasn't anything special. It was just okay. And Millie Bobby Brown's movie is coming out next week, I think. And actually 2 weeks away. I'm hoping that Damsel can at least be decent. But I'm patiently just waiting for Hitman right here, the new Glenn Powell movie directed by Richard Linklater. That's the one I'm patiently waiting for this summer. I think it's coming out in June. But yeah, Netflix, you're off to a very weak start. You need to pick up the pace here, because I don't know what we're doing with Spaceman. And Adam Sandler is the lead of this film, as we said, and all we know. And we all know and love Adam Sandler from his famous comedy movies like Happy Gilmore, Grown Ups, Big Daddy, Click, and all that. But when Adam Sandler does a drama role in a more serious movie, I'm very interested in that movie. Like right away. Right away when I hear it's a serious movie, I'm like very interested, because I feel like Adam Sandler puts a lot more work, and he's actually trying in these drama roles compared to his comedies. And I absolutely loved Uncut Gems, and I think his performance there was brilliant. I think he should have been nominated for an Oscar right there. He did brilliant work in there. That movie stressed me out so much. I was like, holy crap, stop stressing me out so much. And Hustle, which just got released on Netflix like 2 years ago, the basketball movie, was really underrated. I'm a big basketball fan, but it's a very underrated Netflix film. Great performance. And now he's in Spaceman, which is another science fiction drama, slower movie, slower paced movie, I'd say. And I really liked his performance here as he plays Jakob, and I really think that he does a great job at playing this character of a really depressed astronaut, because he's going through this hard marriage with his wife down on Earth, and he has like no way to contact her. She doesn't want to contact him and all that. And you see a lot of different memories from his character through this movie, and I like how Sandler expressed himself when he's reliving these memories again, because they're kind of tough memories to relive. So I really did like his performance, and I really did like everyone's performance. Like Carey Mulligan, she's also in this, plays Jakob's wife, and she's down on Earth for all this. She's pregnant with their kid, and we see how her character is kind of struggling with their marriage as it's falling apart. How she's struggling with having him always leaving, him always going up to space and all that. And I wish more was done with her character, and we got to see more of her character's past, because we only really see her connection to him. And she's a lot of scenes down on Earth, she's just walking around talking about him and all that. And I think her character just seemed a little flat, just with not a lot of backstory. I get it's about Adam Sandler's character, but I wanted her character to have more backstory, wanted her character to have more moments to shine, have more louder moments. I don't think any of these really characters had any big loud moments, which is something that I think this movie needed, because it is a very quiet, very slower movie that we'll get to. And I think Carey Mulligan's a terrific actress. I think that she should be cast in absolutely anything, because I think she's great. And yeah, I just want to see more of her, like her character, and more of her, singular thought process going through the movie. I will say though, the VFX and the look of this movie are the strongest parts of this movie. I don't know what the budget was on this movie, but we all know Netflix over budgets their movie. Like Lift was like $200 million budget, and that movie looked so terrible. Looked like a commercial. But I will say the VFX really look good in here, because there is a giant spider in this movie. Because if you've seen the trailer, and I've been playing footage, there's a giant spider in this movie played by Paul Dano, talks to Adam Sandler's character, shows up on a ship random day, it's an experience to see that for the first time, because I'm very scared of spiders. If I see one, I'm like, I gotta kill it, I gotta kill it, I gotta step on it. And this spider's huge, has like so many eyes, and I'm like, it looks very realistic. The VFX work on here was really well done. Whoever, whatever VFX studio did this, they did a great job, because I was scared by it the whole time. It just doesn't make any sense too to hear Paul Dano's voice coming out of that spider. I'm like, I want to touch it, I want to be friends with it because it's Paul Dano, but at the same time it's a spider and it's like huge, because it was just funny to hear Paul Dano's voice come out of that. And I love the production design here, because a lot of the even in the spaceship, production design looks great there, but down on Earth with Carey Mulligan's character, like in their house and all that, I love the production design there and all that. I thought that was a really great cinematography, looked great, especially in the end. So I thought that the look of this film was easily the strongest part outside of the performances. But I will say, where this film struggled the most was the pacing of here, and just the overall feeling of this film, because this film is a very depressing movie. I'll say it's a science fiction movie, but it just doesn't have a lot of standout louder scenes, which I think is what it was missing. Because I didn't, you can feel a lot of emotion sometimes when it's very slow, very depressing, but I just love when there's a little bit of louder scenes to maybe make me feel the emotion, make it feel a little bit harder. And I will say, it was badly paced in my opinion. I thought it was just moving so slowly. It's about 2 hours long, and there was a lot of downtime where we didn't feel like we were getting much done. And with your film being a very depressing and very sad, those being the main themes of it, I don't think it works when you want to pace your film so slowly, because it just feels like I'm watching it for an eternity. And there's no, as I said, there's no louder moments, so you're just feeling like you're feeling like a load of dread during this movie. Maybe that was their, maybe that's what they're going through it for, but I just don't think it worked. I feel like it should have been a little bit more fast paced, or there should have been, more, louder moments with these characters trying to express themselves. And also, I think the ending didn't quite work for me. I'm not going to get into it spoilers wise, but I just don't think the ending worked for me. I think it worked for the characters a little bit, their kind of resolution, but I just wish the ending was a little different, wish things ended up differently, and wish we're in a different place and all that. So I wish the ending was a little bit different. So overall, Spaceman, the newest Netflix movie starring Adam Sandler, I thought was fine. It doesn't really have a lot of standout scenes for me. I probably won't revisit it. I think the strongest parts are the performances and the VFX and productions on the film. It's very slow, very depressing movie, so it doesn't have a lot of energy, and it just warning you. So Spaceman, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I didn't hate it. I think it's just fine. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it again. It's okay. As a big science fiction fan, I was expecting a lot more, but I still thought the performances by Adam Sandler and Carey Mulligan were pretty good. So if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure to like this video. If you did see Spaceman, leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.